Hello.
Hello, my name is Sydney Mark. I will be introducing our PowerPoint For and Against Animals in Zoos, made by myself, Sherilyn Cole, Samantha Roche, and Yasmin Robinson. I will later on touch on subjects that will benefit animals in zoos. My true opinion on this subject, however, is neither against or for. I think both sides have beneficial properties to it. Anyway, let's get into it. Zoos have always been a place for controversy. According to Wikipedia, the first zoo that opened in 1826 was in London, originally used for scientific study of the animals, medically and informationally, but then opened to the public in 1847. As we know it today, zoos have always been a place for controversy, either for the animals in the zoos or to close down the zoos for animals' rights. Articles, books, and many protests have been made or used to prove to the public zoos are bad for animals and their rights. However, zoos have always benefited people and animals by gaining hands-on research and by providing a place for injured animals and many more beneficial factors. I will now go into some beneficial reasons why zoos help animals and people. Zoos informing people on animals. Hundreds of thousands of people around the world go to zoos every day. People who visit zoos usually learn more about many species by the end of their trip. Christina Russo wrote in her article, The Role of Zoos in Education and Conservation, that educating people is one of the zoo's main goals for its guests. Zoos educate us in many ways. There are always animal plaques on the side or in front of the exhibits that give us a brief background on the animals that we are viewing. Also, zoos always hold many performance shows, from dumping dolphins to feeding giant lizards or rats. Some performances that our local Fresno Chaffee Zoo holds is its exotic bird performance. That shows us what species of birds are predators and how big they actually are to humans. Fresno Chaffee Zoo also holds its stingray feeding, which provides the public to see and learn what and how stingrays eat. Most zoos have hundreds to thousands of different animals within it. Our local Fresno Chaffee Zoo holds around 200 species, while the largest California zoo, the San Diego Zoo, holds over 3,600 species of animals. Another way zoos benefit animals and people are better research on animals. Even the first zoo that opened back in 1826 conducted research on animals, just like the zoos to this day do. Zoos have made a huge development in medical research, such as vaccines, treatments, and surgery, to use or to do on certain kinds of animals. Also, researchers and biologists have gained lots of knowledge from zoos because zoos allow certain people to be hands-on with the animals, so we can learn more about them individually. Many zoos and organizations like WAZA, World Association of Zoos and Aquariums, gain knowledge and research on animals by seeing how animals behave individually. Socially, with others of their kind, seeing how certain animals reproduce and what certain diseases affect animals differently. Real knowledge gained from having animals in zoos or aquariums are things such as rhinos don't have the best eyesight, elephants are pregnant for 22 months, that great white sharks can't live in captivity, and so much more interesting facts. The last beneficial topic I will be talking about is that animals can't return to the wild. With the vast open wilderness that our world holds, there are always times where the animals within it get harmed, either by humans, environmental factors, or by each other. When animals are injured to the extent of unable to return to the wild, zoos offer them a forever home that will care for their needs. We may have seen in real life, but for sure all of us have watched Animal Planet or Discovery Planet and seen many wild animals that get put into rehabilitation centers because of injuries. Wildlife rehabilitation centers such as PAWS, Fresno Wildlife Rehabilitation, and Critter Creek Wildlife, and many more are all nonprofit centers that take care of animals and either release them back into the wild if possible or find them a forever home, such as a zoo. Another big reason why not all animals can return to the wild are because they were raised in captivity. Some animals are brought to people when just born or fully grown. However, they learn to function as a zoo animal, not a wild animal. They start to see people as food providers instead of danger in the wild. They also interact with other social animals of the same species, when in the wild, some species are extremely aggressive towards each other. There are a lot of factors to take into consideration when releasing an animal back into the wild, especially the animal's well-being. Zoos will benefit animals by making sure the injured or captivity raised animals will have a safe space to benefit them. Now time for my group member Sherilyn Cole to talk about more ways zoos benefit animals.
Hi, I'm Sherilyn, and I will also be discussing the pro side of zoos. Many zoos across America participate in the Association of Zoos and Aquariums, also known as the AZA. AZA administrates 113 species survival plan programs. The SSPs cover about 181 endangered species. The goal of SSP is to manage the breeding of specific endangered species in order to help maintain healthy and self-sustaining populations that are both genetically diverse and demographically stable. SSP also works on taking these captive raised species and reintroducing them into their native wild habitats. The SSP also helps monitor the population growth within captivity, and also when considering putting these animals back in their natural environment. The AZA Population Management Center, PMC, located in the Lincoln Park Zoo in Chicago, is a big contributor to helping with population. PMC staff works with population biologists to help develop population growth plans through data and current population statuses so that they can predict future population statuses. PMC contributes valuable information for AZA's animal care manuals and regional collection plans. Each different endangered species has its own species survival plan. Many survival plans discuss how the certain species is hunted. AZA and SSPs help protect those endangered animals that are at threat of hunters.